Bakari, perhaps the most powerful part of this annual event that happens here at Nathan Phillips Square is the opportunity to hear from survivors, to hear from their families, to get a better understanding as to the intergenerational trauma that these residential school survivors and their families have felt in the decades after. I'll show you what it looks like here at Nathan Phillips Square, because there's programming that's been happening since the sunrise ceremony at 7 o'clock this morning. Right now, there are hundreds of people sitting down, listening intently to someone who's speaking about his own personal experience with his younger siblings being sent to residential schools and the deep impacts, the deep scars, the deep trauma it left on him and his family, and how really being part of the residential school system and the experiences of his family have shaped his life. And so today there's many opportunities to hear directly from survivors. There's a tent here that specifically is about listening to their voices. And the tent simply says on the outside of it, helping ourselves, helping each other, healing ourselves, helping each other. And so really healing is one of the key messages here today, because through love, through sharing stories, through helping others learn and understand, a lot of these survivors are able to work through some of these wounds. And so I had a chance earlier to speak to two women who work directly with survivors as part of Council Fire, and both of them are also intergenerational survivors. Ultimately, their mums and grandmothers and ancestors were in the residential school system. And so here's a bit of my conversation with them and what they shared with us about what they want people to know about today and the significance surrounding it.
People were severely abused, and that we're still recovering from that. And so, when you have a grade 3 education and sometimes you don't really know reading and writing, or you never knew the English language, you were raised with, the Cree language, Anishinaabe language. Those things have a spirit in it that is a part of our identity. And so that spirit, it's in our DNA. So we are reviving it ourselves, but it's also for the world to recognize that's the kind of healing journey that we all are on.
Teach your children, remember this day, remember the representation of the orange t-shirt, what does that mean to Indigenous people, and how you can carry that to your families, and to say that you're going to be an ally when we're orange today. That you're gonna understand the true truth of the residential school experience to the Indigenous people, and acknowledge that. That's the first thing, to acknowledge what happened and to educate yourselves and each other.
And that acknowledgement is really the first step for a lot of these members of Indigenous communities. And then they underscore the word truth. If you understand the truth about what happened, if you understand the truth about the challenging past, the devastating past of many of these Indigenous communities, then perhaps you can take steps towards reconciliation. And part of that truth is wearing the orange shirt as well, Bakari, and understanding the significance behind it, showing allyship. That's what's incredibly important. So a lot of these Indigenous peoples I've been speaking with here today. Back to you.
Okay, live from Nathan Phillips Square, CP24's Beatrice Vaisman.